So this is my Marin San Quentin 2 that I've been using for a while, and since I finally finished upgrading it, or pretty much calling it what I call as done for now, I decided to talk about it. Now I'm going to just briefly go over some of the parts, and I'm going to tell you which parts I thought were the best addition to the bike. Overall, I do want to start with the fact that if you have a bike like this, cool. If you don't have one exact one like this and it's stock, that's cool too. You don't have to upgrade anything. You can use it as is. I just did this because I wanted to. Now I'll try to go through it as quick as possible. The wheels are Industry 9 wheels. The tires are the Vittoria Martello. The fork itself is a RockShox Pike. Some of these things can be pretty expensive, but I'll let you know right now, almost everything I got on this bike, I got on sale. Now in the cockpit, I took some creative liberties and try to keep things green, as you can tell with the PNW grips and these race face carbon neck bars. I did like that it kind of matched the rest of the bike. The green ends on top do match the green ends on the other end, but going forward, I think I'd rather just keep everything black, just in case I would swap it to a different bike. Overall, I really do like the way the cockpit looks on this bike. If I had one nitpick, it might be these PNW grips. I mean, I don't really say they work great when you have gloves on, but when you have gloves off, you'll see that perfect imprint on your hand. That's not to say that they're terrible. I just know that from here on out, if I have these, I'm probably going to wear gloves. Moving on to the bars, these race face carbon bars do more than just look good. Carbon does have a lot of properties that aluminum don't, like vibration dampening, which is one of the reasons you'll see carbon on airplanes. And I think they're really great. Honestly, they're one of my go-to upgrades. If a bike doesn't come with carbon bars, I'll probably put one. Contact point that sits near and dear to my heart is this Aragon seat. Honestly, I used a bunch of seats, and for me, this is the only comfortable one I can use. Going forward, if I were to get another bike, I'd probably buy another one of these. These and the carbon bars go a long way to making your ride a lot smoother and a lot better, in my opinion. The seat post is not really an area I'm going to spend too much time on. This was a hand-me-down part from an upgrade I did on a different bike, so I'm going to keep using it. Long story short, seat posts are great, and give one a shot. One of the biggest difference makers on this bike were these Vittoria Martello tires. Now, this is the first time I actually used Vittoria Martellos, and I gotta say, I really like them. I kept them 2.6 because this is what the bike came with, and I knew it would fit. But buying your own set of wheels for your own terrain makes a huge difference. Whereas an upgrade like this SRAM GX Axis was kind of luxury. Granted, this and everything that came with it was on sale, and so I couldn't really pass that up, but having to buy these at full price, I just don't see me doing that kind of purchase. Don't get me wrong, the 10-52 tooth makes a difference, and I enjoy every second of it. I even went with the Eagle chain because I just got them bundled together. That being said, I don't know if I would do it at full price. Keep this short, this Fidlock water bottle cage is my favorite bottle cage. I didn't think I'd have a favorite, but I do, and it's this one. Let's just move on. I'd honestly say that the theme of this video is probably mounting points. Every mounting point that I switched out on this bike has been for the better. Whether it's the carbon bars, the seat, or these Stamp 1 pedals. When they just fit you better, you just have a better ride. With all that mentioned, for me the most important upgrades were shortening this crankset. This bike came with a 175mm crankset, and it was a size large, and I was 5'10". I was on the shorter end of where the bike said I should be. And this crankset was just not working out as is. But once I bought the 165 versus the 175 that came with it, I felt like it was a whole different bike. This is the lowest the seat can go. I could not get any lower. If I was taller, I could probably raise it up. But these were my options. The only thing that I could do was to shorten the cranks. And after that, the bike was transformed into something that was made just for me. Now, I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. You don't really have to upgrade a bike in order to have fun. I believe this bike was capable as is stock from factory. In fact, knowing what I know now, if I were to do the whole thing over again, I think I could have just as much fun as I had with the bike and just focus on shortening the cranks just so that it could fit me better. That being said, I'm very happy with where the bike is, and I consider this bike pretty much done at this point. Again, everything else was on this bike was pretty much bought on sale, and I would say the only original parts are some bearings here and there and probably some clamps. Now, while I would like to say that I spent all my free time mountain biking, I can't exactly say that I have. I've been working on quite a few projects. Some I will share down the road, and some I won't. But if I were to leave you with anything, it'd be, you don't have to watch somebody talk about their bike. You can just buy the best bike for your buck and go from there. Now, I want to thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Until then,